All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about something that affects every single one of us, but honestly, it often feels like a total black box: our paycheck. We're going to unpack the science behind those numbers on your pay stub so you know exactly what's going into it and why. I mean, have you ever looked at your salary and just wondered, how did they land on that specific number? For a lot of us, it can seem kind of random, almost arbitrary. But here's the thing, it's not. There's a hidden logic, a really powerful system of forces and decisions at play. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that system together. And get this, it's not just a puzzle for us. As this quote makes super clear, figuring out what to pay people is one of the single toughest challenges a company has to deal with. It's this high-stakes balancing act that really impacts everyone, from the newest hire all the way to the bottom line. Okay, so let's start building this out. To really understand your total pay, you have to start with the foundation, right? And that's your base salary. This isn't just a number pulled out of thin air. It's carefully constructed on a set of core principles that are designed to be both strategic for the company and fair to you. So, what's the end game for a company's pay strategy? It's actually pretty straightforward. It's a tool, a really important one, designed to do three things, and do them well. Attract the best people to come work there, motivate them to do great work, and give them a very good reason to stick around for the long haul. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because your pay is essentially caught in this tug of war between two big market forces. On one side, you got the product market, which basically sets a ceiling. A company just can't pay its employees more than what it's earning from its customers. But on the other side, the labor market sets the floor. They have to pay you enough so you don't jump ship to a competitor. Your salary? It gets decided somewhere right in that zone, between that floor and that ceiling. Okay, so once the market sets that broad pay range, the company then has to look inward. They use this process, it's called job evaluation, to create what's known as internal equity. This just means they're figuring out the relative value of every single job inside the organization. They want to make sure that jobs with more responsibility or that require more skill are paid fairly compared to other jobs in the same company. So how does a company actually put this into practice and make it fair? Well, these 7 principles are basically the roadmap. A good system is planned out, and it stays competitive with the market. It pays for the job's value, not just the person in it, and it has to guarantee equal pay for equal work. But, and this is crucial, it also has to recognize your individual contributions, give you a way to raise issues if you have them, and ideally be totally transparent about how it all works. All right, so that's the theory. Let's see how this stuff actually plays out in the real world. We're going to use the compensation structure in India as a great case study to see how all these pieces really fit together. So, a typical salary package in India is going to have a few key parts. You've got your basic wage, which is that fixed, core part of your pay. Then you have things that can change, like overtime or an annual bonus. But take a look at this list. There's one item on here that's pretty unique and a perfect example of pay adapting to reality, and that's the dearness allowance. This is a brilliant response to economic change. It's an extra payment that gets adjusted from time to time, specifically to fight against inflation. The whole point is to make sure your salary's purchasing power, your real wage, doesn't get eaten away as the cost of living goes up. It's like a built-in fairness mechanism. But look, your base pay and all those allowances, that's really just the beginning. The most effective pay systems go beyond that fixed amount. They use all kinds of other rewards and incentives to really drive performance and get everyone's goals lined up with the company's. And this is where financial incentives come into the picture. Think about it. Your salary pays you for doing your job, but incentives are all about looking forward. The logic is simple, but it's powerful. If you do this specific thing, you will get that specific reward. One way they do this is with skill-based pay. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a system that directly rewards you for learning and using new skills that make you even more valuable to the company. Another really popular one is profit sharing. This is where the company takes a slice of its overall profits and gives it back to the employees. It gives everybody a direct stake in the company's success. And in a similar way, you have stock options. These give employees the chance to buy company stock at a predetermined price, which connects their own financial well-being directly to the long-term growth and success of the business. Now, it's super easy to get these two mixed up, but they're actually trying to do very different things.
Gain sharing is all about the here and now. It's tactical. It rewards teams for hitting specific performance goals that they can actually control, and the payouts are frequent. Profit sharing, on the other hand, is strategic and long-term. It's tied to the company's overall bottom line, and it's designed to get everyone thinking like an owner.
And finally, let's not forget about the hidden part of your compensation, your benefits. This is a huge part of your total package. You have the benefits that are required by law, sure, but then there are all the voluntary ones a company offers, things like health insurance, paid vacation, maybe even help with education. These aren't just little perks. They represent real, tangible financial value that provides security way beyond the cash that hits your bank account. So, after breaking it all down, from the market forces that set your salary to the incentives and benefits that make up the whole package, it really brings us to this final question. As the whole world of work keeps changing, what is it that would truly motivate you? Is it a higher base salary? Is it more ownership in the company? Or maybe it's better benefits and more flexibility? The science of compensation is always evolving, and believe it or not, what you value most is right at the center of that evolution. Thanks for tuning in.